Well, hey Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, we're going to be looking at the RX-80 PR4 Pale Rider D2 Titans. Yeah, that's a mouthful, and you can hear all the nublets in here, but yeah, this is the box of P Bandai that came out in 2021. What a cool kit. It's a Pale Rider, it's a Titans version. Yeah, let's look at it. But before we get started, if you haven't, please subscribe. And if you think this is a cool video, give it a like. Also, check the links in the description for ways you could support the channel and get access to some cool perks like exclusive podcasts, behind the scenes videos. But yeah, let's get started. All right, and here we have it. The Pale Rider D2 Titans version. You know what? The flat top coat from the TS80 I have on here looks fantastic. Yeah, I like how it looks. And so my normal process with this, I build it, put on the color stickers, the color changing or color correcting stickers. I think that's what it's called. I did a gloss top coat, then did some additional painting details, panel lining, then did the flat coat, and here we are. So, you know, as a kit for building, pretty nice. I mean, once you get to a kit being designed in 2021, most of the elements are going to be more of the updated ways to do things. The Pale Rider is kind of a newer type of mobile suit anyway. It came with the Missing Link game. That was like 2014, 2015 on PS3. So when it comes to a build, it's a great build. You're not going to be annoyed with anything about it. The articulation is there. You know, it's still that thing I think is really typical with Gunpla for some reason is the head articulation. You know what? I bet, and I'm going to look it up, but I wonder if I need to be cutting that. I'll have to look that up later. Anyway. Just the head going back doesn't go back a lot, and I like that because I like to have the mostly go flying. Okay, I don't know if that was the best way to represent that, but moving forward, it even doesn't go down that much. I mean, you get your rotation, which you always do, but I think head articulation can be better. But, you know, as for the suit itself, so it came with a lot of color correcting stickers. Let me point that out. These two up at the I guess that would be like the collarbone. Those are stickers. These are stickers here on the chest, and I actually had to color in that black part. It was just a line, an outline, but all of the official images of this when it was colored and detailed showed the black. And by the way, again, this is P Bandai, so it's black and white. The manual, black and white. There's no reference pictures. Online, there's a lot, though. They have official reference pictures for this kit, like if you go buy it on Amazon or where else, even on the P Bandai listing. So I was able to look at that to reference the colors. And in the reference, you know, it's possible most of the color correcting stickers were just paint. For sure, it looked like this top one was. But I got to say, I like the color correcting stickers when I can apply them and they look good, because I think that helps remove the messiness of the painting, and I'll get to that here in a second. But just the rest of the color changing stickers, we have this there, or color correcting stickers. This here. I mean, there's actually a lot. Even these down here that have their own little like panel line in there, but you can't really see it. On the side here, so not only the little thruster in there is a sticker, or is that? No, that's actually, no, it's this little outside area, the white outside area. I panel lined inside that. Let's see, yeah, color correcting there, back here, color correcting here and here. So before I move on, what I want to talk about real quick is the shield had stickers too, but these were a very different material than I've ever seen before. It was a lot, it almost was like one of those like metal sheets that you get from when if you've seen those like metal building things you can build of like Star Wars or other random IP. It had that hardness to it, and I put it on there and it had this glossiness, so I almost felt like that was intentional. So I actually didn't do any coverage here. I might go back with like a flat marker, a flat top coat marker, and paint the blue along here that's not, you know, the stickers. I think that might help kind of give it that full flat look. Okay, so when it came to detailing, a few things here When it came to the head, I painted the Vulcans with the chrome silver EX marker. I painted the little cheek vents in that chrome also. I see where there is some mistakes that can be corrected. I was in there messing with it a lot to like try to clean up and redo and clean up. That was what I learned a lot on this, is I did a lot of working and then cleaning up and working, and sometimes I would remove that initial gloss layer and kind of then make it look all messed up. And I was scared at first, but with the top coat, it fixed it. But then that leads to these on the shoulder, these two, the white parts on the end of the shoulder, I actually had to paint that in. That was tough. You know, at first I was freehanding it, and then I decided to get some Tamiya masking tape to put there in order to get it just right. But there's still some of that bleed. And, you know, when you get these up close shots, you can see where it's like, yeah, I could have done better. It's just far away. You don't notice it. Another cool little thing I did was on the left and right here, I added the green stickers. That's just from a typical sticker sheet that would come with a mobile suit where you have to put that green light on. Usually it's on like the chest piece. But there was a whole thing of it, so I was just cutting it up, trying to make it fit in there. That was pretty tough because I had to make it small enough. I had to be able to pick it up, cut it just right. I think it worked out. I honestly really like the addition of the lights on there. I didn't really notice it until GBO2 in terms of it either being on suits or not. It lends to like kind of that aircraft look. And when you see like, you know, a jet fighter up, it has lights in certain areas for certain things. The back too also had those little green lights I put on there. Actually, there was another spot too, and I didn't do it. Let's see. Right there, it's kind of hard to see. There's a tiny little divot there. And in the reference photos, the color reference photos that Bandai had, there was another green light. That was a little too small for me for the sticker, so I'd maybe need to get like a green metallic pen. I might even do that later just to add it to finish it up. So other than, you know, those color correcting stickers and the panel lining where you can kind of see some of it throughout. Also here on the side thrusters, and it doesn't look that great, but I used the chrome to fill in. It was normally black. The reference photos show kind of a white or gray. So I just kind of went in with the chrome. Since I was using the chrome in the other areas that needed the white or gray, I felt like that kind of added a kind of consistent flow to it. But, you know, it's not that straight. And I guess some of it doesn't actually look too bad. I'm kind of impressed with how it looks. But, you know, when I'm looking at it in person and maybe even, like this side, you can kind of see the upper area is not even. I tried a number of things there. I did the masking. There's just sometimes when corners and stuff are just in the right area, sometimes it's hard to really get the streamlined look you want. And then going down here, I also added the chrome to like under the foot there. That was just, I think, just blue. But again, reference photos showed gray, light gray, so I added some chrome there. And then some more of those green stickers actually on the feet. So at the end, this shows off just a fully built, like straight build plus. There's got to be a name for that, where I detailed it as accurate as possible as shown in the Bandai reference photos. Now, as for accessories, you can see in the hand is a gun. You know, there's some shine to it, so it could be my flat didn't really get in everywhere. But yeah, I panel lined, flat top coat, added the yellow. That yellow could be a little better. In fact, there should be some panel lining in that yellow. Totally forgot about that. I'll probably fill it in with a marker, and the fine tip one where I will take my time actually and like have my palm resting so that I can just do a straight single movement. Like I take my time with that stuff, because if I get it uneven and then I get it onto the paint and I have to clean it up, it's just gonna look messy. Okay, and another neat little thing here is this gun. It's like all-in-one Swiss Army knife gun. It's pretty badass how it works, because you can just put the hand holding area here, and the part of the arm that would have like the shield connector would just connect in here. This connects onto the waist, which is a neat option idea. I mean, just looks really cool. So one thing I wanted to show too is look how shiny that is. I did not paint this because I kind of wanted to leave that as an example. Like this was me using an airbrush X22 with about half, 50% X20A thinner. And it made an amazing consistency where I was able to go through and really gloss this guy up before I did all the painting. And anyway, I just wanted to show this off before I mat it, just so you can kind of see, look at that gloss. Like, it is even, it looks great. I was really proud of how that turned out. And then, yeah, the flat with the rest of it, which I might start going more matte, because the flat doesn't always do exactly what I want, but this still looks good. Panel line where required. I don't think there was any extra painting needed. There's a lot of interesting color separation going on to make this like a nice, cool, detailed gun. I mean, Gatling gun, laser. If you play GBO2, you know how awesome this stuff is. Also came with hand, open hand. So yeah, pretty cool. That's for when he's holding the giant gun, or she, but I don't know too many details of the Titans version, but yeah, that can give dynamic poses when holding this gun, because there is a little handle that pops out. Let me pop it out here real quick. Yeah, and then you can place the hand on there. Sometimes I see it where the hand is up here. Anyway, cool options there. And then we have this weapon that has a name for it. Just at the moment, I don't remember. But we know this classic weapon used by Amuro in the RX-78-2 as well. Also, beam saber blades here. Haven't cut them out yet. I have so many, but it's just cool that it has lightsabers. I mean, any mobile suit with lightsabers, I guess that's how I got into it anyway, right? You know, the only complaints I'd really make is just the lack of head articulation in general with some of these Gunpla, but also the hands. I wish it came with more. It just comes with the basic thing where you just drop a gun in. I mean, if you look at the handle, it's just open to where the, you know, the trigger guard is, where it just slides in. It's weird and inconsistent how we see different ways these model kits actually display or use hands, because sometimes they have the trigger hand along with the normal hand, and sometimes the angled hand. I don't know what makes them decide how to do that or not, but for a kit like this, I am disappointed that it's missing the other hands. At the same time, I love this kit. So, you know, I wasn't really going to show off the manual because there's just not much that, you know, considering this is P Bandai, black and white. Were there any reference shots? No. Anything that is like a photo or a shot, it's really just part of the build process. So if you're trying to be accurate with the colors, you really do have to look it up online and look at those reference shots. Well, anyway, that just about does it. That is the Pale Rider D2 Titans version. A really fun kit to build, but also just a badass mobile suit in general. I like the color correcting, a lot of color correcting stickers, but it was enough to have fun with it. Also, just doing all the little details just gives me a greater appreciation of what I've put together, and that top coat just seals it all. Literally and figuratively, it makes it seem like an awesome piece that I have. Now I'm gonna be working through the other Pale Riders. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Have you built this Pale Rider D2? Did you even know it existed? Anyway, let me know what you think, and guys, we'll talk later.